I low-key will agree with Mark.
I appreciate your input.
It's factual.
All right. Let me call somebody else.
He could have said the tail was black, purple, green.
Hey, the next time y'all see some bluegill.
All right, Welcher here.
Welcher for sure gonna be on our side.
Okay.
Watch it.
All right, here's two. All right, we got a debate. All right. Do you think that sometimes a senko can imitate a bluegill?
100%.
Okay. Also,
that's LY winner.
Okay. Also,
100.
Have you ever seen a
bluegill with
a chartreuse tail? Do you think you dip your senko in chartreuse to imitate a bluegill? Is what I'm saying.
I don't, but I dip the trailer of my swim jig when I'm throwing a bluegill swim jig around brim beds.
All right.
And chartreuse.
Why?
But why?
Because it imitates the bluegill.
Like 100%. The main reason is so I can see it.
Yeah. Thank God. Have you ever seen a bluegill with a chartreuse tail?
Yeah, for sure.
No, you haven't. Chartreuse tail? Chartreuse tail?
I'm a bluegill fisherman.
Nah, you out of your damn mind, Kyle. You're out of your damn mind. You can tell him what I said too.
It's 1-1. We got.
All right. We got it. It's 1-1.
Call
All right. Let me call
Odd the folk.
All right, bye.
Call Kevin Van Dam.
This is the settlement right here.
If you call Kevin Van Dam, I would lose my mind.
Hey, look, my boy didn't even hesitate. He said,
Call Kevin Van Dam. Call Kevin Van Dam.
I'm gonna say, does a senko imitate a bluegill?
What I said was what? At times, a senko does imitate a bluegill. That is what I said.
Can a.
Yes.
Or
does
should
not.
the question be, what does a senko imitate?
There you go.
Because it
Because
changes.
it does
See,
not
in my
imitate a
opinion,
bluegill.
it changes.
No, but it does not imitate a
Right?
bluegill.
Call Andy Morgan.
All right.
Andy fished today, so he might.
Oh, he definitely be up.
And Andy gonna give some OG game.
He don't know nothing about senko.
He don't,
No,
but
he
it
don't.
just but he knows about rim, and he
You
knows.
need to call up Gary.
Yeah, call Gary.
Gary who?
Klein?
Yamamoto. What'd you make this for?
Oh.
You got a pencil. Is what he made it
Hey,
off.
Andy gonna be like, why in the hell is Jacob really calling me at 9 o'clock at night?
Man, come on, Andy.
Andy in the bed, boy.
Nah, just because a Welcher said 100%.
Nah.
Why is he? Why? Because he
Yo,
don't agree
Welcher
with you?
fishes more bluegill beds than freaking anybody.
Yeah, but
else.
he said even so. Welcher even said that he don't dip it in
He
chartreuse.
dips it in there so he can see it.
Yeah,
but
that
then you
doesn't matter.
explicitly asked him,
After.
do bluegill have chartreuse
He be on
tails?
some weird too.
No, he don't be on weird.
Yes.
He be
Hey,
on
I
what
got
he
Russ
sees.
Lane.
Lane.
Yeah,
Russ
I see
Lane.
Oh, Pop. Big
I
Pop.
got a big Pop. I
You got him on mute.
He ain't gonna answer.
Hello.
Pop.
What's up?
Hey, we got a debate going on.
What's that?
All right, we're sitting here filming, but we got a debate. You've been in this game a long time. You know. All right.
All right.
Can a senko imitate?
Or does
No,
Ask the question.
does a senko imitate? Does a senko
Does a
imitate?
senko imitate a bluegill?
no, Ken.
Man, anything can imitate a bluegill though.
Does
Does a trick worm
Does a
imitate a
senko
bluegill?
imitate a bluegill at times?
No.
He said no.
Thank God. For
Okay.
literally a trick worm, you'd be like a trick worm
right,
imitate.
ask him
A
about
ribbon-tailed worm can
Okay.
imitate a damn
Ask him
bluegill.
about Jake
Do
Ellis.
bluegill?
Yeah, a ribbon-tailed worm can imitate a bluegill.
Yes,
Okay.
he can.
Oh my gosh,
Do
it's like,
bluegills
God.
have chartreuse tails?
I'm talking about chartreuse tail.
Have you ever seen a bluegill?
Do bluegills have chartreuse tails?
We ain't talking pearlescent blue.
Got him.
He said, it's split. It's split.
No.
Man, listen. Listen, Pop.
The senko debate is still.
I be trying to tell these boys, bro. And look.
No.
And I'm a bluegill fisherman, though, too. I've been doing it my whole life.
I'm talking chartreuse.
Bluegill, when you see
Are you
them
colorblind,
on the
Bob?
dock, right? You walk out on the dock, you see a school of bluegill, or a few of them sitting there on the surface. They have at the very tip of their tail,
called
from top to
pearlescent
bottom,
blue.
is chartreuse. Hey, look,
It's
Jacob
called
is
Magic Cross
struggling
Swirl.
To appreciate
That's literally what it is.
He's struggling right now.
Hey, listen. It is literally, it is not chartreuse.
I can't.
Oh, here's Otter. Here's Otter. Otter. We have a debate. We got a debate.
Right.
Okay.
He can ask
what,
his whole house.
All right, so this is the thing, okay? This is the thing. all right, first off, I want to make sure you know your palettes of colors. Chartreuse is chartreuse. Bright, right? Is it not?
Yeah.
Have you seen a majority, or have you seen
he's-
a
you can't do it.
have you seen a gill with a chartreuse tail? We're talking chartreuse.
Chartreuse?
Chartreuse.
Not chartreuse. I've seen them with a yellow. Like, and
Chartreuse
kind of
is yellow,
greenish,
bro.
I'm gonna say.
It's not yellow.
Like,
Now,
like legit. I mean, chartreuse is neon. It's a neon color.
But every one of them have a yellow tail.
See that?
Okay.
And you said
Does a Cinco can a Cinco imitate a bluegill? Like, does it imitate a bluegill?
Can it?
It can, of course, but like, does it? I feel all right. So Mark wants to say, can a Cinco imitate a bluegill? Yeah, but a damn ribbon-tailed worm can imitate a Cinco.
Wacky rig Senko, and you dye the tails. Like if you dye both ends of a wacky rig Senko and kind of make them, yellow. But yeah, I think you could definitely imitate a bluegill with it. Wacky rigged.
Wacky rigged.
Like straight, I don't.
You don't think so?
I mean, the profile's just not even close.
Yeah,
But wacky rigged, like maybe a little bit.
maybe a little bit. No, man, find me a freaking listen. I'll pay you $1,000 cash money if you find me a bluegill that has a chartreuse tail.
Unbelievable.
$1,000.
So look, let me tell you something though.
Nah, not dipping.
It's not
No,
gonna be all
naturally.
chartreuse.
That
It's gonna
is
have
just
a
the
hue
very
of
tip
chartreuse.
of
A
the tail.
hue. Whoa.
No,
Hue.
dude, it's pretty vibrant, bro.
All right, here's
honestly.
Hunter. Here's Hunter right here.
All right,
I'm gonna
go
get
on.
another last one.
Hey, let me ask, bro. Give
All
me
right.
that phone.
All right, Hunter. We got a debate going on. Here's Mark. He has to ask a question.
Hunter, what's up, brother?
2 questions.
What's up, bro? Hey, look, we
Hey,
got
we're
a
gonna call the
two-part
whole
question
crew.
for you, real quick, so we can end
We
this
ain't even started
debate.
right debate. It's
So-
30 minutes already.
So look, this is the question: can a Senko imitate a bluegill?
All right, I'm gonna take a step back and further this.
Okay.
Dude, I don't give a crap what it imitates or what it's trying to imitate. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't think bass care whether it's a bluegill, a crawfish, or this or that. And people are like, well, let me see. This is supposed to look like this because they're eating. No, it doesn't matter. Bass are dumb.
Hey,
You just got to get something in front of them that they're going to eat that.
Hey, but the question is, does or can it imitate a bluegill? It's not.
Well, yes, I guess.
Okay. All right. Here go the other question: do bluegills have chartreuse tails?
Certain times, yes. Especially those little tiny ones.
Yep.
Those little 3-inchers.
Is it dull or is it vibrant?
It's sometimes subtle, sometimes a lot.
Yep.
And all you gotta do is you put your boat in with right now, this time of the year, you slide under that boat slip and look, and you'll see them just sitting there, a little 3-4-incher.
Yep.
Prime rib.
Yep. At the very, very end of the tail.
Very, very end of the tail.
Yep. Yeah, I see it every day.
And then I'll start doing chartreuse after the spawn or during the spawn after the
And find
spawn
one.
type of deal.
You run a poll right now. You take that yum dinger with the green pomegranate with the chartreuse tail. You run a poll right now. I guarantee you it's going to be towards bluegill.
Oh, 1 million. Because it can't imitate nothing else.
What's it?
I'm
That's
talking
what
about that
it's
witch's tit, they call it. Witch's tit is what that color combo is
That used to be
called.
the #1 color on our club.
So you think that
Yeah,
name's
that's a
trick
bad-
worm,
Dude,
big pumpkin,
Listen,
on a
I
shaky head?
was throwing trick worm at Gunnersville last year, a nail weight, same like I'm doing this week.
Bluegill imitator.
Yeah, it's dipping and telling chartreuse,
Yeah.
watermelon candy.
Looks
Hey, let's start
exactly
it up.
like
Yeah, let's roll.
You ready?
Pick it
You're
off.
twitching them?
Let's go.
Looks exactly like one.
They biting.
Also looks like a lamprey. Also looks like a little
Lamprey.
snake. Also looks like a big
little snake.
earthworm.
All right, let's get this thing going, man. Me and the boys sitting here, we go crazy on the debates, man.
We tired.
And we tired. We've been on the pond all day, and we a little beat up.
Wait, ask these guys right here.
Yeah, let's ask the
we
people really
wanna
quick.
know. We want
Two
we wanna
questions.
know.
2 questions, and y'all drop a comment and answer this. We've had the house debate. We've been about fighting like cats
40
and dogs
minutes.
about it for hella long. We didn't get
On
on the
this,
phone
on
with
this question.
15 pros. We didn't call everybody. So look, it's 2 questions. I'm gonna ask the first one. I'll let Jacob ask the second one. These are 2 questions. Y'all comment below y'all
Make sure
answers.
you word it the right way, bro.
Can a senko imitate a bluegill? It's question number 1. Y'all drop the comments.
And do bluegill have chartreuse tails?
Do
Question.
bluegills have chartreuse tails? Question mark.
Chartreuse.
Those 2 questions. Y'all drop the comments. Let us know.
Comment below.
All right, we about to kick off Rate Debate. We back, and we got a good one for you guys. I mean, something that's real prominent in the fishing world. My most favorite way to catch a bass is with a flipping stick. And so today, we got creature-style baits or flipping baits, whatever you want to categorize them as.
Is this a flipping bait or a creature bait?
Man,
That's
don't
another
start.
debate.
Don't start that. We'd be in here. We'd be in here rolling
Comment below.
around.
Is this a creature bait or a flipping crawl? Is this a crawl?
Man, I don't know. I'm confused now.
Is it a
Mark
I've
thinks
been
a lot
wrong,
of
'cause
things.
look, I was so according to Tackle Warehouse, I was wrong.
Bass Pro Shops
and Jacob and all.
Academy,
So like this guy
the
right
fishing
here,
world.
in my mind, it's a crawfish, but I'm wrong. Apparently, this is a creature bait. I didn't know that, but whatever. It don't matter. Let's kick
Or a bluegill.
or bluegill.
That's why he's a creature bait, because he's multiple things.
Sure,
A craw is just a craw.
true.
But a creature bait can be a craw, he could be a bluegill, he could be a lizard, he could be multiple things.
Then
That's why
why they
creature bait.
make crawls in bluegill patterns?
Because they sell.
Ah.
Not because they sell,
Anyway, let's get this thing going,
All right,
man. Rate Debate,
do
bro.
it.
Otherwise, we'll be here forever and a day.
for sure.
Look, we got a few of our favorite creature-style baits we're going to talk to you guys about today. And since I'm talking already, I might as well just go ahead and
Which
kick
one
them
you
off.
kicking it off with, though?
I'm gonna go with the sweet
Yeah, OG.
meat. So look,
Which
you got
one?
it in hand. No, you want him? You get
No,
him.
you get him. You got
All
him.
right, all right.
DC
So-
won a tournament on it, though.
He definitely did.
Heck, I won a tournament on it.
You get him.
I'll get it.
Kick him off, man.
I'll get it. I did not win the tournament on this.
You know what?
No.
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
quick little history
gee,
lesson. I
really?
did win an Elite Series trophy.
Yes, sir.
Flipping. Believe it or not, I was not staring at
Pitching.
active target.
Pitching.
I was pitching.
No, you
and
did.
pitching and flipping. Yeah.
No, you had your 2D sonar sideways on the shaft of your trolling motor,
Yeah.
pan and mats
Pan and mats.
in 2D.
Yep.
I saw you, bro.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
You were on
I
that
was not
before,
staring at a
before
screen.
Garmin got on that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. And viewership was the same then as it is now. Damn. Anyway, so I did win a Elite Series tournament flipping. Okay,
Say
and
it
believe it
again.
or not, flipping. And we've got some baits here today, and this bait over here was not out yet, but we have a D-bomb, we have a Sweet Beaver, we have a Pit Boss, and a Bronco bug. But
Yes, sir.
these 2 baits I did win that tournament on, but let's talk about the Beaver. In my opinion, the Beaver, we might should have saved him to last.
Now you gotta start off because he's the OG.
Yeah,
This
we'll
is the
kick it off.
OG, okay?
Yeah, the OG,
A
yeah,
Sweet Beaver, okay? I've caught a ton of big fish on this
Name the
bait.
brand, too.
This right here
The brand.
is a
Reaction
staple.
Innovation Speed Beaver.
Reaction Innovations Sweet Beaver. This is a staple for flipping. I think from California Delta all the way to Florida.
It don't
Hey,
matter.
y'all remember when that color Penetration came out?
Do I?
Penetration.
Hey, you know what the color was on the Delta? We're on
That's
from?
him right there.
Don't Coon Nasty.
Blood. Oh.
Coon
That was
Nasty. I
one of
remember
the
you saying
best
that.
ones,
Coon
boy.
Nasty is my favorite one. I like that
Coon
Coon
Nasty.
Nasty. All right, so a
Nasty.
Beaver, I really love this bait. You know what I love about it? It's got some. He's got some hardness to him. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He isn't real soft.
Yeah.
Because if you put a straight shank hook on here, he's not poking through all the time. You know what I
Yes,
mean? You got to be
yes,
real
yeah.
careful about that. And so it's got a good hardness to it. Slithers through mats. We talking about me. I'm gonna do this.
Split the tail.
You don't do that?
I don't split the tail. I don't split the tail. Do y'all split the tail?
I'm a tail splitter. Me.
The tail splitter?
I
Yeah.
don't split the tail.
I'm-
You do not.
I don't either.
Okay.
I used to back in the day.
I don't split the tail. I just said screw it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at crawfish, he ain't got a split tail.
No,
He
yeah.
got a solid tail.
You do.
So anyway, Sweet Beaver.
But it's
This bait's It is.
Exactly.
And if you look on, like, if you go to Bass Pro Shop, Tackle Warehouse, they got like 50, 60 different colors.
Man.
They got a ton of different colors. I'm going to rate this bait, just for the hardness and just a staple, an 8.3.
Yeah.
Let me have that thing.
8.3. The main reason that it ain't a 10 is because sometimes
Sometimes what?
Nah.
sometimes I feel as if it gets throwed way too much, and I just
It doesn't anymore though.
What there for a little bit, it was thrown so much. I was like, I gotta throw something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. It ain't even the bait's fault. It just got a lot of attention, and I was just like, dude, I'm out on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of money got won on that sucker.
Yeah. So I was out on it.
Oh, too
A
much.
lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't felt. I haven't felt a beaver in a while. Me neither. Gosh, dang,
Golly,
buddy.
bro.
Hey, shout out to my boy Andre Moore, man. Andre Moore, he's a really good buddy of mine. He was actually one of my first, I think my first soft plastic sponsorship.
I remember
at
that.
Action Innovations.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Andre's a good dude, man. We had a lot in common. A lot big saltwater guy. David over there, all them guys, man. I got a lot of respect for them guys. This bait right here, I'm just gonna get ahead. I'm gonna start off rating it right off the bat. 9.5 out of 10. This bait here is phenomenal, but the one thing that I just realized, and I straight up, I haven't thrown it in a really long time. Won a lot of money on it. Honestly, it's one of them deals where for me, I don't get crazy with soft plastics. And whenever we're trying to get ahead and do this rate the bait, Mark's like, hey man, you got a brush hole, or you got this, you got that. We're trying to make sure we have the staples in this video.
Yeah.
Dude, straight up, I use Berkeley stuff, man.
Yeah.
And they've got a ton of different shapes. And so for no real good reason, I stopped throwing this bait. But the first thing that I noticed is it doesn't have as much salt as it used to. Like, feel this bait.
I agree. It's harder than it used to be.
It is.
It's harder than it used to be.
But, man, the color selection, they've got a ton of different colors, kind of like what DC was saying. Tramp Stamp was my guy.
Tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Really?
Black, blue,
Yeah.
green.
He's
pump.
kind of like
Blue,
black
green pump.
Yeah,
Lamb and Akana.
Yeah.
Phenomenal color. Use it anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, I really do like that bait a lot. I think they did a phenomenal job. I feel like a lot of these other soft plastic brands have been trying to knock that off because it's
for
done
sure.
so well.
For sure.
And that truly is the OG.
There ain't no doubt.
9.5.
9.5.
Sweet beaver. So the key with a sweet beaver to me is the fact it kicked off the whole creature bait craze. The biffle bug, the structure bug, the bandito bug, the Bronco bug, the July beaver, the what's this guy?
D-bomb.
The D-bomb. None of them would exist right now without this guy right here.
Yep.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yep.
It started so originality is really cool.
It was one of the first straight tail flipping baits.
Straight tail flipping bait, but also that profile like that guy
Man.
was different. So everybody flipped brush hogs.
Oh yeah.
Everybody flipped streamlined brush hog lizard style baits,
Lizards.
and then all of a sudden you bring along this beaver,
The beaver.
and everybody started throwing it. Actually, several of my fish in the Forestwood Cup when I won came on a beaver, like 3 I think total,
Yeah. Yeah.
but a couple of them.
Hey, key fish.
Key fish that I would not have won the tournament without. And so that is just a bait that gets bit. It's really versatile. They also, like Adrian sort of said, he said that Reaction Innovations does a great job with bringing new colors to the space.
Yep.
Zoom obviously originated a ton. Reaction Innovations brought so many different colors. I think Magic Cross Swirl started from that. It's like the blue crawl and all that stuff.
Yep.
So they had a lot of originality with their colors, with the way they thought. So shout out to them for doing a great job with their products. So overall, I am going to give him a 9. A 9 out of 10 just because at the end of the day, I feel like still to this day, 80% of professional anglers still have beavers in their boats.
Facts.
And that just tells you right there, it's a good bait.
Factual. Man, so I done won a lot of money on this bad boy too, bro. Of course, y'all know I'm from the California Delta. Hey, shout out Andre Moore, who's from Cali originally. I got a quick little Andre Moore story. Andre don't know this, but when I was 14 years old, I drew Andre Moore in a Pro-Am my parents had to sign a waiver so I could fish. He was my boater. And he took me on a ride on the Delta, which is my home pond, to a place I had never seen before. Like, we went south hella far, bro. And he was catching them on a white spinnerbait. I'll never forget this. He was fishing tumbleweed. There was tumbleweed that blew in off the levees in the mud, and he was rolling swimmer, smashing. And so I knew of him. He was a big stick back then during that time. And then he just, like, left. Everybody was like, dang, where Andre went? And then, boom, before you know it, I see him on FLW tour killing it.
Unbelievable
Like,
sight.
damn. Oh, yeah, great
Really
fisherman,
good.
man. So,
Really good eyes.
shout out Andre, man. But this bad boy right here, off top, I'm a rating 9.5. This sucker is amazing. Like you guys said, the color selection with this bait and the profile. The profile is so key. This thing is a excellent replica of a bluegill and a crawfish.
Can't be a bluegill, man.
Bluegill or crawfish, either one. And I'm a tail splitter, man. Some people like if you leave the tails together, he likes to glide a little bit more.
Does.
But I just, in my mind, I feel like I ain't getting the most bang for my buck out the bait. I got to split them tails. But reaction and innovation, Sweet Beaver, game-changing, revolutionary bait. I got a 9.5, man. He kills it.
Hey, before we leave him, let's comment on the packaging they used to
And
have.
the name too. Oh, they ain't got it no more.
Well, they changed the packaging.
It's probably
So
still
now
used
they
to be
got
on the
this
actual bait.
cryptochronic cuddle-like look. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, it's still on the bait though.
That girl on
No,
there.
it's still on the lure though.
but it had literally the whole packaging was just women,
Yes. Straight up.
just straight up
Sex sales, bruh.
100%. Good marketing.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Killed the game.
Anyway, who's next?
You kicked off that first one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you kick him off next, Adrian,
Yeah.
if you want to,
Me?
with that guy.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Dang, man, who did that?
DC
I
Accord.
did
Come
that.
on,
No,
DC Accord. Hey, you don't even gotta ask.
I was doing this.
Oh,
You're talking about some
and I
who did
busted
that.
out.
You already know who did that.
man.
They messed him up. My boy got
He
three
done,
legs.
He done pulled one of his appendages off. This right here, guys. This is the Berkeley Pit Boss. Man, this is a really good bait. And I kind of talked about it a little bit, hit on it. You know, this is my substitute, and it for no real good reason, honestly. Besides, you know, might get a few for free, maybe.
That's right.
Talk a little bit, maybe you know, maybe. But no, again, this is a really good bait. It's got a lot more action than a beaver. So like whenever, and we're probably going to bring up the beaver multiple times in conversation whenever we're talking about rating the bait.
Yeah.
Because the beaver is designed to be a do-nothing bait, right? It just kind of glides around. Well, this Pit Boss actually has a lot of action to it. So yes, it has a similar body profile, so you can still put, this here's actually a junior. This is what I'll dob with. I'll punch with this. It fits a 3/0 perfect. But the 4-inch is what I more compare to the Sweet Beaver. Personally, I flip the 3-inch more than I flip the 4-inch.
Oh.
That's just me, and I know there's other guys that do that as well. But this has become my go-to whenever I'm flipping a creature style bait. And I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this a 9 out of 10.
Damn.
9 out of 10.
Pit Boss, good bait.
Pit Boss is a really good bait.
It is.
My guy.
Berkeley Pit Boss right here. We're going with a. I'm gonna give him an 8.25
We're drinking water still.
off the rip. I'm gonna give him 8.25. This guy is. It was so back in the day they had this in their Havoc series, which was like $2.99. Which is crazy. I don't know how they made any money doing that. It was like cheap as all get out. And so I know a lot of guys in the Midwest, friends of mine, that love the Berkeley Pit Boss and love the consistency of the Havoc one, and they buy all those up. But I mean, to me, I'm like, I don't throw it, but back in the day I did, and it had good, consistent action. I think the big key is consistent plastic, good colors, and consistent action. That is what I look at something. So that's why I'm giving this bait that rating, just because I feel like, what's it, 8.25? I mean, I think that's what you're looking for in a creature style bait. Overall, you're looking for all those attributes, and that bait does a good job for that.
Nice. All right, Berkeley. I like your Pit Boss, but I'm gonna be honest, not a bait that I use a lot.
He's stinky too.
Yeah, for sure.
He
Matter of fact,
powdered it down.
I don't think I've used it before, but it's not in my boat. I'm just gonna be all the way honest.
Yeah.
Just because I've fell in love with so many other creature style baits over the years, I just don't have a lot of experience with it. But the one thing Berkeley got me with every time, no matter what we rating, scent, bro. I'm a big scent guy, and boy, this bad boy here is
Hey, Mark, quick story about Mark. Mark's got a can of Bang
old school.
that's in his boat.
Yep.
That's where you had to duct tape it, didn't you?
Yeah, because
it was rusting out
The
your cup holder. You've had that
Mark,
thing
that
for so long.
can
That
is
can,
at least 14 years
he
old.
old, bruh. But look, whenever you need a little hit, you just shake him up, and then you gotta look. I'm big on scent.
But instead of
especially
buying a
during
new
spawn.
can, he just keeps on rocking.
Listen,
with the
why
old
would
one.
I buy a new can if there's nothing wrong with the old one?
He
And you
rusting
gotta-
out your boat,
Yeah, a
bro.
little nostalgia.
No, he
to
gonna
it.
keep that can in there for a little bit of old time good.
Exactly, bro. It's that
Yeah.
nostalgia, man. Hey, you got to keep that kind of stuff around, man. But I like the profile of this bait. I love the action of this bait. I've seen this bait in the water a bunch. Like I said, I have used it some, just not a lot. But it's a great bait. 2 different sizes, and they did a really good job with the colors, as you can see right here with this black and blue. It looks really, really good. So I'm gonna give him an 8.
Do you like a black blue or black blue sapphire?
I like sapphire, mate.
I personally like black, blue, silver.
black blue silver, but black blue sapphire with silver flake.
Yes, kind of like
him.
penetration. Like penetration.
Yeah.
No, that's a ballistic blue.
So
I
you like black
dark
blue silver,
I do like that personally.
blue back, blue bell.
Who
Yes.
started that?
Sapphire.
I think
Reaction.
Reaction Innovation started that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This
See,
is
that's,
a black sapphire.
that's black sapphire.
Yeah.
Which is bad too though.
All right, let's fire it off. Pit Boss. I've actually caught some fish on this sucker. I have. I used to flip this thing a lot. You know what? So I think back in tournaments, right? So I'm a big fishing geek. I remember watching tournaments a lot. And then like a long time ago, like I don't even know if this was when this bait came out, but Lucas. Remember Lucas was on
Gummy
the Delta?
bear, Delta.
Do I remember
We
that?
always remember these tournaments. I've always just watched tournaments and just I remember I like a keen memory. And I went back and watched this like 6 months ago because I just love fishing. But anyway, he was flipping in like an odd area around them bulkheads,
Saltwater.
like saltwater that nobody even fished. But there ain't no real big ones there. But he was very methodical and he went down there and he caught like 13, 14 pounds.
I think he caught him with 17 or something.
He was on some sneak.
But
boy.
he caught like a 3.5 pounder. He was like, "That's a giant! That's a giant over here!" Shout out Lucas. But I remember him catching some on Pit Boss.
Yeah.
It was like a Alabama crawling color.
No, it wasn't. It
Texan.
was like black. It was like black red, black orange.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
See,
real
you remember that
crawfish.
stuff.
Oh,
That's
man,
crazy how I remember that.
Cause
I think it was right after that tournament that I started throwing it.
Yeah, Mark.
look where he was at.
Give us some game.
Where he was at fishing, 100%. We have areas on the Delta where it is 100% crawfish based, and he was in one of them areas. So you could not be throwing bluegill patterns.
So don't dip yourself in chartreuse.
None of that.
You won't get a bite.
Black, red, black, orange, 420. Got to be crawfish.
Is there crab areas?
No. Well, at one point we had crabs, little mitten crabs, but they got them eradicated out the Delta. But there's certain places in the Delta. Now they have bluegill and such. Don't get me wrong. But these fish are so crawfish oriented fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you better be throwing black and red, bruh.
Okay.
Or something close there up. Straight up.
I'm gonna rate him 7.8. He ain't close to the. He ain't there with a beaver for me.
Yeah.
But he's 7.8. He's a bad bait.
Oh, he is,
For
for sure.
7.8.
7, 8. All right. No. We got to save.
Here you go.
You kick him off because you got to
Yeah.
give us some history on that.
Yeah.
All right.
You kick 'em off.
I ain't kicked one off yet. I'm going to kick him off. All right, guys.
Yeah, you rock the cruise for a while.
Missile Baits. This is the D-Bomb. Shout out to my boy John Cruz, good buddy of mine's, and he makes some hella-fi baits. And when it comes to creature bait, this is one that you probably should not overlook. It's going to be honest. Another one that I've done very well with, also doubles over really good as a jig trailer, but it's a little bit of a bigger bait. So this is like a 4.25, maybe even closer to 4.5 inch. Got a little bulk to him. So if you're fishing for some bigger fish, what you looking at, Sizzle?
Watching this NBA.
Y'all
game.
watching the game. We got the game going behind the
No,
shot. So we all type of
they
confused.
lost. Cleveland.
You looking for a little bit of a
3-2.
bigger, bulkier bait with some hellified action? This guy right here, missile bait D-bomb. Now make sure you throw at least a 4-0 hook in him. But
I borrowed some of them from you one time.
I gave DC a pack of these when you won, bro.
At Ross Barnett.
At Ross Barnett. You had
I
ran
needed
out
a
of
bulkier bait.
Didn't you run out of beavers or something?
No, I was actually catching them on a net bait, Pocket Slim.
Oh, Pocket Slim.
Yeah, I was catching them on him
Yeah.
With a punch skirt.
with a punch skirt because the mats were so thick, but I was sitting in like 25 foot of water. And then when it punched through, I didn't want it going boom,
Right.
straight to the bottom.
Right.
So when it went through, I needed it to go have some resistance going down. So I was using something like kind of bulky.
Yep.
And the water was muddy.
Him.
So I daubed him in there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna rate my man. Hey, this a bad bait. I'm gonna give y'all some game on him too. If you really want to get some action out of this bait, you see these side appendages, you clip them off. Pop, pop, and then you can use him for a chatterbait trailer, swim jig trailer. Thing goes crazy when you pop the sides off. So I'm gonna get this dude. He's a 9. Missile bait D-bomb. He's a 9 for sure.
So, sort of like, I'm actually not throwing this bait a lot, but I've thrown it a little bit just because I want to know. I think it's a solid bait. Overall, the profile is a lot bigger, like you said. Hookup ratio can be a little bit, if they're nipping at your bait at all, like during the spawn, I do not like throwing him at all. A 4-aught hook is actually towards, you could almost throw a 5-aught on him if you're around big ones. So being a big profile, it's something that I just don't throw a ton of.
Yeah.
But it's a good bait, has a different action, and I always, like when I originally bought some of these to try them out, I always thought it had this action of like just like a beaver style action, because it looks like a beaver.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Right.
But with the tail split. But it actually has this like really kicking action. And I was like, what the heck? So I didn't realize that until throwing it, which is interesting. It does have more of that bluegill profile. It has these side appendages that have a little movement as well. Overall, it's not my number one flipping bait that I'm going to pick up, or even my top 10 or top 5, but top 10. But it's a really good bait. And so just out of what it is, the plastic and the colors, I'm going to give him a 7. 7 is what I'm going to give him.
Yeah, it's fair.
So the D-bomb.
The bomb.
The bomb. That's actually a really good name, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's
The
a
bomb.
good name.
D-bomb. Yeah, you did good with that.
They did solid with that. For me, honestly, kind of like Jacob, I haven't thrown it a whole lot. I've thrown a little bit, not a bunch.
The other thing I'm going to knock on is the clamshell, not having a clamshell.
Yeah, because you can see him, he's kind of like
He's
kinked up a little
Yeah.
bit. But there's a lot of soft plastics that
Reaction.
don't have reaction. Does
Yeah, but it's not as
Pit
dependent.
Boss doesn't.
But it's not as dependent on
It
it.
isn't.
Right.
Anything that has action, you better be in a clamshell.
Yeah.
For consistency.
Clamshell is relatively new, right? Who started that? Rage?
Striking.
Striking.
Yeah,
The whole
Rage.
Rage lineup.
Yeah, they started that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ahead and go with Jacob. So for me personally, this isn't one bait that I resorted to. I know Mark did throw it a lot, so I think
I
I
love that
probably
bait.
bummed a couple packs off of him whenever I got low. But the one thing that I noticed for me, and maybe it was just, but I remember I had this bait and I was up on Champlain, I was flipping reeds, and I felt like my hook was coming through it easier than, like, say, a beaver at the time. Me personally, the plastic isn't the same. It's closer now, actually,
Yep.
than it used to be.
Yep.
But I don't think it has as much salt in it as some of the other baits that I like throwing. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
Solid bait.
That's what's up.
And this is the thing, like we're picking baits that we actually throw.
Oh, yeah.
So like our ratings are higher.
Yeah.
If we brought like for instance, if you're looking for a bait that you don't want to throw a flipping bait, you don't want a super hard flipping bait. You don't want a bait that you can't have a good hook penetration. You don't want to have a bait that doesn't have good action. Like so,
Right.
so those are some of the attributes that I'm not gonna like. Those are the baits I'm not gonna
Oh.
be throwing. So all these baits are tournament baits that have won major tournaments and done
for
well
sure.
for this. You know, it's
I
this
mean, these
point.
are directly out our boats.
Yeah, I mean exactly.
Yeah,
So
we ain't toting around baits we don't use.
exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
That's why you guys we're rating them like higher because
We'll probably do a rate debate at some point of
We
like
can do,
hella
like,
baits that we don't
the
use.
worst baits. We
Yeah, the
throw.
worst. Yeah.
100%.
Or we could do like a dang. We need to do like a dang big long one of like 10 baits. You
That
should
are
never
trash.
throw.
Yeah,
Well,
for
we'll probably
sure.
get some
I
hate.
got
on
The
some.
that.
most
much.
overrated baits.
I would do that too.
There's a lot of them.
Overhyped,
Definitely.
overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overhyped. All right, D-Bone.
That's
I've
Senko
thrown this bait a
imitating
pretty good
bluegill
bit.
swallow.
I'm gonna
on, man.
great
They
bait.
just
I am
commented
gonna
this video,
criticize a
now
little
they're gonna
bit.
Take it back.
You got to,
It's
bro.
like,
I'm gonna
this is like-
criticize.
This
This
rate-
is
this
great
rate
debate.
debate,
I'm
bro.
gonna
Keep
rate
it
debate.
freaking
Criticize.
They already called
These
it.
boys
If
having
you
a
already
whole
called it,
conversation.
called
They
it.
just having a
Rate.
conversation. It's all
Golly.
good. I got a question. There is a big misconception about making baits. Is it hardener in the baits that makes them like feel that the
Yeah.
density,
Or salt.
or is it salt?
It's a combination.
Okay. Well, this one apparently does not have much hardener and much salt because it's very soft. Okay. You got to think when I got braided line, a 4/0 hook, a big weight, slinging, hitting them on top of it. The top of this bait tends to tear for me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He tears at the top, and I'm like, dadgummit. So you got to put a new one on. And the only downside, now this is a little bit bigger bait. I tend I can't get a good hook in him because he's so bulky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you put a 5/0 hook on him, he's straight.
Oh yeah.
I'll caught a lot of fish on him, but I'm gonna rate him a 7.6.
7.6.
7.6.
I'll rock
I
with
haven't gave a lot of high ratings just because I stare at an electronic screen all the time.
That's the
now.
only thing you know how to do. That's
That's
all you
it.
know. Yeah, you know you can't do nothing else.
Yeah.
Not
YouTube.
me.
Hey, look.
Not me.
YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I mean for
Put
real.
that box off, boy.
Turn that box off, man.
I mean, I'll be honest. It's a really good bait. I did catch some fish at Ross Barnett using this bait, but 7.6.
Yeah, hey,
That's
bro,
it.
it be what it be, man. I rock with that bait though, bro. I really do. But hey, T, you know what's
There's
crazy
a lot
with
of people like that too, man.
They
Well, you like
love
what
to
you
be
like.
bought.
Oh,
But
they're
you know, I
so
find
long.
myself throwing him more when I'm in Florida. Florida,
For some
has-
reason you do, don't
Well, let
you?
me tell you why. Florida got hella big bluegill down there.
Yep.
And them bass ain't big bluegill.
Put him
down
on the
there.
back of a jig,
On the back of a jig, on a big 1 ounce jig.
a big profile bait.
Or just flipping him with like a 1 ounce, just in the reeds, you know, like whatever. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. We know we got to save
Gosh, how do you take
J-Dub for
3 of them
last.
out? Bro,
because he got to give us a history lesson on
gosh,
this.
dang, these. You got to touch every dang bait?
He took them all out.
He took 3 of the freaking 6 out.
I want to smell them.
Look at that sucker.
I want to smell them.
That's
All right,
unbelievable.
Give us some history, Jake.
All right, so Crush City, you guys obviously new for this season. Bronco bug. This bait right here. I'll sort of give the backstory on it. So, one thing, a bait. So this bait has an action. It's an undulating action.
Yeah.
Has an undulating action. Has this really heavy legs that allow it to kick and sort of have this like crawfish style movement. More of like a Beaver style overall profile, a little bit wider. And so the first originator of that action was Norris, the Escape Twin. So Norris has been around for a long time. It's a JDM company. And so that was sort of I fell in love with those baits and just fishing around. That the undulating action is just something unique. These fish, a lot of the fish in the United States haven't seen it. So, and also a July Beaver, same thing. The thing, the July Beaver, both those baits, they just didn't have a real good durability, didn't have a thickness. You couldn't put a big hook in them.
Right.
You went through a lot of baits. I mean, if you're flipping bushes, you might go through, 5. You go through 5 in an hour.
Yeah.
Just tearing them up around reeds. So
Yep.
when developing the Bronco bug, I was like, I wanted a little bit thicker bodied, and so it's going to look a little bit thicker, but it's actually segmented. These raised ribs up here, they're a lot thinner profile thinner plastic in there. Like it's not all like the body itself is like more so like the thickness of a sweet beaver, but you're adding a little bit more ribs for exposing at that point right there.
Yeah.
So inverted legs, undulating action, all that stuff, really good colors. Overall, it's just a bait that I feel like it just catches them. And we're always trying to look out for the next big thing. And for me, Bronco bug is a battle, dude. I really like these inverted legs because every time when you move them, they just quiver.
Yep.
Also, this hinge right here, the reason why it's called a Bronco bug, you see how flimsy it is like that?
Yep.
When it hits the, like when you throw like a 3/8 ounce weight and you peg it, when it hits the bottom, those legs come forward and they come back. So that gives it just sort of another secondary action. I'm really big on secondary actions within baits because it's fish a lot. Now we've seen it a lot of times. Fish are following your baits down, boom, hits the bottom. Crawfish comes up, then he comes back to rest. Boom, they bite it. So overall, I'm going to give this bait, I'm going to give him an 8.5 because it's a bait that I designed. Consistency, hardness, colors, all that stuff. Profile fits a 4/0 hook really, really well. But it's obviously it's my signature series bait, but I really love it. And it turned out really great, and it's just catches a lot of fish. I actually caught one of my fish today on that. So anyway,
Nice.
50% of my bass caught came today.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna rate this guy right here, man. I'm gonna give him a 8.75. This is a little bait right here. And of course, being homies with the homies, you get inside looks on all kinds of stuff. So I've had an opportunity to play with this bait far before they came out. Even, help Jacob do a little R&D, just tell me what you think, that sort of a thing. And this sucker right here gets bit, big time. The action's unbelievable in the water, and like you said, these little inverted legs, they just kind of quiver, and it's those small little, what do you call them, secondary actions, that sometimes is the difference from one biting it, running up on it and going, I'm cool, or running up on it and smashing the bait. It just looks so real in the water. If you ever seen a crawfish escaping in the water, I mean, it's a spitting image, man. And so I really, really like this bait. The only thing I'm gonna knock on this bait, and me and you talk about this all the time, Jacob, you know this, it's a little bit thick. So it's a bulkier body, designed to hold a much larger hook. So once again, another bait similar to the deep bomb. You don't want to throw a 2/0, or even a 3/0. You definitely want to rock with a 4/0 straight shank. Make sure you ain't playing cracking
or
and putting in the
EWG.
box. Or what?
EWG.
Or EWG. I hate EWG, but that's just
People
maybe,
love-
maybe
people
love EWGs.
it.
Maybe we need to do that on Rate Debate one day. I can't
I
stand
got off
EWG.
EWG game.
I'm a straight shank.
Hey,
for a while.
DQ loves wide gap. But that's all he flips.
Dude.
Wide gap.
Now, there's a
Full
couple
super
of them
line,
out
man.
there.
Just have
Dude,
to
that
tweak 'em
super
out a little
line,
bit.
yeah, you
super
gotta
line
tweak them
track.
out a little
You gotta
bit.
bust him open.
Super
Otherwise,
I
line
don't
track.
like a actual EWG.
see, look, we on a whole nother Rate Debate, y'all.
He got that much bite
What
on
we
him.
do.
No,
He
no,
got
you
no
gotta
bite
tweak
on
'em
him.
out a
Yeah,
little
but,
bit.
yeah, but why? You
DMC
shouldn't
is
have
the
to
best wide
tweak.
gap.
You should
The
not.
shit-
Who does?
The end of the hook at the
I-
top and is like this to the point of the hook, and I'm like,
They're in perfect
I
line.
see that.
There's no bite in there.
You see how much gap he has?
Right, I'm like, hey,
Owner does too.
Owner
That's
got a
like-
good one.
That's
Owner
like
owner
hooks
chisel
that
point is a
curl
really
in.
good hook.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
like
they-
the
they
triple
point
hooks that
rolls.
curl in.
Them EWGs.
Yeah, but you catch
No,
a
the
lot
short
of
shanks.
bass.
No, I'm talking
Because
about
they're-
the very
Oh, the
tip,
tip
of the
curls
hook.
in.
The tip curls in
Them
and ain't got
owners.
no bite.
You
I
talking
hate
about
them.
them owners? Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
them.
Hey, yeah, we be all day on that. But you know who makes owner makes a really good. If you're gonna throw an EWG, in my opinion, you need to throw this one called a haymaker, because they specifically offset that, and so the bite is much higher than the what do they
That's your
call that?
creek hook.
The bend.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's exactly, so the VMC is the
creek
same
hook.
thing.
Okay, and that's what you have to have.
You have to have the offset.
Yes, and if you got that, then you can rock him. But because they didn't make them like that for so long, I just completely got off of it.
Yeah.
And you put a 4/0 straight shank in a bait like this, you ain't got no worries.
No.
Yeah, you got it.
To the
All
bottom.
right, Bronco Bug, bad little dude. Y'all need to check him out. I really like him. I caught some fish in our last video on him. I don't know if y'all seen that. We were over there at Center Hill.
You smell? You get that
Yeah.
smell?
And he got some. Okay. My bad. I forgot, Jacob. My bad. What's his shrimp oil? What's on him?
Anus oil.
Can't tell you.
Hold on. What's on him, Sizzle?
Anus oil.
Anus oil.
No, it ain't anus oil.
This
Oh,
boy.
they smell.
This boy.
Smells
Wild.
right though.
Oh, they smell hella good.
Hey,
They
you
smell
want
like
to get him? You want me to get him?
It smells so good. It
Whatever
smells,
you want, man.
It smells so good that,
You wanna go?
DC took 3 of them out
Or you
to
wanna
smell.
end up?
unbelievable.
No, I'll go. I'll go right now, and then you can end it. All right, y'all. Here we go. Bronco bug. I've caught a lot of fish on this bait. Actually, we just filmed a video with this bait. If you go, I think it's on Wire to Fish. All right, Wire to Fish. I caught some fish, and the fish were spawning on some stumps. Okay, and what was cool about it is I realized, like I haven't thrown this a ton. I just really started throwing it the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. You know, because it's been wintertime. So anyway, this past spring when the fish were getting on bed, I was on a spawning flat and you could see the stumps and I would pitch at one and I didn't even know they were spawning, but when I pitched in there, I would get a bite and then they would let it go and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, eventually it got to where I knew which one they were spawning on, and the main reason is when I was reeling this bait up, the whole time it was just, and you can actually swim this bait through there. That's what was cool. So I would pitch it beside the stump, and if I wanted to just pitch at it, and then come back through there and maybe swim through it, and one will come out and just react on it, that was what was cool. So y'all check out that video, Wire to Fish, and I was catching them on this bait. So what I like about it is it's totally different. I mean, it's just, it doesn't have the, you know what I mean, like as a crawl.
Yep.
So it's just totally different. It has a different look. I think you did a great job, man. Great job on it. What I'm really impressed is the colors.
Colors are good.
Yeah,
Freaking colors are
killed that.
really good on
Yeah,
it.
y'all
So,
Clamshell is really important too, just because it's
yeah, they did good on this. So I'm gonna make it quick, sweet. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8.
Solid.
No, I haven't went over 8. I want to say 8.3.
There you go.
8.3.
Turn
The
it
main
up.
reason for that, the 0.3 is for the colors.
Yeah.
Because they are freaking legit.
Yeah.
So 8.3 for me. Bronco look freaking awesome bait.
Bronco.
Oh, you got one already, Adrian.
I got one, yeah, man.
Put him back in there.
Let me put him back.
Hey, Jacob wants
Hey.
to one of these.
Let me have
Hey,
this
I caught a
pack,
5-pounder of him in that video too.
Big.
Man, big.
Giant.
And that's a giant for here right now. I need one of them next week. I mean, like 2 days from now. Good Lord.
Yeah, I need one tomorrow. All right, Bronco bug. All right, you guys watch a lot of these rate debates, I already know. And when it comes down to Jacob, Jacob is by far the biggest tackle tinkerer I know.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact there's probably at some point you've owned every single pack of soft plastic ever made. Because that's what you do. You like trying things. You like exploring. You like seeing the benefits, the downfalls. So I know he had a lot of thought into this bait. Personally, I haven't caught any bass on it. You actually never gave me a pack.
Hey, you can take that pack.
You gotta gift him these.
Well, no, clearly he wants that
gifted.
pack because he's collecting them all.
No, you got to gift them.
Hold
Gotta
on,
gift.
man.
That's a good
But
color,
the one thing, and I'm gonna shout out to Crush City, and this goes as a whole. Even though I haven't tried this bait, I've tried some other soft plastics. The durability of the soft plastic line is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna give that a 10 out. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, out of all soft plastics out there, like straight up, like I feel like it is the most durable out of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of
Elastic,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 on that. But for me, this bait here, there's a lot of plastic behind the hook. So that's where I'm gonna knock it a little bit. Even though I haven't thrown it, I don't know anything about it. I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna give this bait an 8.5, just for that simple reason. I know you showed me videos whenever you're coming out with a design in the bait. The action it has was completely unique, and that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what you got, and you delivered it. And you know, all the Crush City stuff comes in clamshells, and we talked about that a little bit. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Scent, of course, I'm a big guy when it comes down to scent, because you know all Berkeley stuff all has scent, and I think that's a really big deal, especially when it comes down to soft plastics. But man, this is a really good bait. Maybe one of these days, you know,
I'm gonna
you
give
may
him a
me
pack. I'll give him a pack. I'll give him a pack.
Maybe one of these days.
I got a few packs.
Because I mean, you got
Got
that
some
royalty
packs.
check. I don't need to add to it, boy. It's getting fat.
That's so
Real.
funny.
Hey,
No, I
let me
mean,
see that.
it,
All right. I did leave one thing out.
I did too.
Can I
What?
throw my one thing
Yeah.
in? All right, so look, y'all know I love to flip. I consider myself a flipper, low key. You know, I don't get to do it much on tour anymore. But with flipping baits in general, especially when you're flipping tight targets like bushes, low hanging docks, or the gaps like this big, this is a dense bait. A lot of plastic here. It's dense. It's heavy. So you don't have to put a big old weight on here, half ounce or anything. You put a 5/16 on this, and it skips like a dream. Way back up in
Yeah,
that
it's
little
crazy.
cut, into that little corner, little nook in that bush. You in there, bop,
Yeah.
and you get that bite.
You're so much more efficient.
Way more efficient. And
I
that's
actually did
one
that
thing
today. I
I
went
love
from a
about it.
cleanup crawl to that bait on a 3/8, and I was like, oh, it just so like.
Hey, you would think a light bait would skip better, but does it have the velocity whenever you?
Well, this has a lot more
skip?
salt in him too,
That's right.
because he has to have that action.
Well, that weight is what catches. So if you can
I mean,
downsize
it's a
on
heavy
your
bait.
weight,
But
Right.
yeah, the
So you,
weight
what you
is
trade
what
out,
brings
you
his
trade
head
out the
down.
weight
That's
for
what
the bait.
catches the
The
wall.
bait has more of the weight, and you can lessen your actual
That's right.
And
tungsten
the
or
thing,
lead
like
you're using.
developing plastics, is like you're always thinking like, okay, how much salt am I going to put into it? Because you have to make sure that number one thing is action. All right, so you got to make your action consistent. Then you got to think, all right, consumer durability. So you might make your plastic a little bit thicker, so the consumer that's buying 2 packs gets a little bit more out of it. Then.
Right.
For us as professional anglers, if I had like, I'm gonna make a super thin profile bait that I can put a hook in, that I'm still getting a hookup ratio, because when we get a bite, now for light cover,
Right.
heavy cover, I want something a little bit thicker where my hook holds in there because I'm more efficient. It's efficiency.
Yep.
So it's
And
all
you use a
different.
braid probably.
Well, maybe no, or maybe not. But
Right.
it's a lot about like there's a lot like in our minds, like a lot of times we have different needs
Oh,
Right.
because our efficiency is everything. Like if I can flip a mat and my hook doesn't come out of that bait and I still have a good hookup ratio, and I get 100 flips without my hook coming out, and on the other bait I get 50 flips or 20 flips. And there's a lot of times where I'm replacing baits and this and that.
Right.
Like you're missing opportunities.
Right.
You
And
know
so I
what
think-
make you so mad is when you flip in a grass mat, like let's say you got a grass mat floating on the dock, it's pushed up, you flip in there and you get to use a straight shank,
Gosh.
and you get hung when you come out, and you're like, God, and then you got to pull straight back and the whole mat's screwed up.
Yep.
Or you have a juice mat and your hook, like straight shank, comes
Catches.
out or goes through the bait and you can't get through and then you jack it all up. I
Yeah.
hate that. I
Yeah,
hate
I
it.
hate that too.
So anyway, I just
No, for sure. We have to throw them little nuggets in at the end.
yeah.
All right, folks, y'all know what it is. It's the end of Rate the Bait. Hey, make sure y'all are subscribed. I got to get on y'all, all my viewers out there. I've been going on a tangent the last couple of videos. We need to get them subs up, man. And make sure y'all subscribe to all my guys as well. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching Rate the Bait. Drop a comment. Let us know what y'all want to see next. We're going to do it here, right here. Rate the Bait. Peace. We out. See ya.